everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of us, we are going to be taking a look at the Tepe Designs Twosun TS262. So this one came from Sean Hassan, who is Tepe Designs, for us to check out. And actually, I think we get to keep this one. I'm really liking this one. Now, I say that about every single knife I've gotten, but I really do. I love the looks. Yes, Therapeutic Edge? Oh, see, he likes it too. Don't tell him where I have it because then he might take it. This one is Spidey Flickable. I love it. So for somebody like me who has issues doing the front flipper on a larger knife, which I can do it two-handed, I love the fact that I am able to Spidey flick it. Wah, which is awesome. You've got an M390 Warncliffe blade with this beautiful carbon fiber handle. If you can see that, we get it in the right. Yeah, look at that. There's something just so nice about the carbon fiber. I love those. They're just so pretty. It is a liner lock, and it's got good lockup on it. It's about 25%, but still, it's really good. You know, nothing I usually talk about, but it has no blade rock. It's solid. This is just a good knife. Obviously, it's centered. You can see that there. The blade itself is kind of chamfered a little bit, so it's not super sharp. You know, kind of more of just a rounded top on it. But this carbon fiber is not slippery at all. It's super light. I love that. And oh, we have the other kitty up here. She's not going to come by the camera, though. The fidget factor on this thing is just phenomenal. It is so fun. I have just been loving it. Again, thank you, Sean Hassan, for sending this on for us to review. We've actually had it for a while, but it's been wonderful to have and to use. It's super sharp, straight out of the box. Nice thin blade on there, nice thin cutting edge. You've got a great finger choil, so you can really choke up on this, which I love that. It's good for small hands and for larger hands. You don't need to choke up, but again, it is going to fit your hand really, really well. So if we're going to look at some specs on this, you have got a about 3 1/4, a little over 3 1/4 inch on your blade. Your cutting edge is going to be right about 3 inches. Your handle length is going to be, I believe it was just over 4.5. Yeah. Almost 4 3/4, just shy of 4 3/4, which is going to give you an overall length of about, just under 8 inches. We're going to call it 7.95 is what they call it total. The weight on this, 3.67 ounces. So for a large knife, it is not too heavy. This is just a fun knife. I am loving this. It is a right-hand tip-up carry only. I don't think I mentioned the milling on the clip. If you can see that, I'm trying to get it. But I really like that too. The clip is pretty strong. It's not bad. So far, I mean, I have not had any issues with it. I'm really loving it. If you're a lanyard person, you do have an area for your lanyard here, which is really nice. Let's take a look at it next to the Rat Model 1. And you can see there that this is a large size. This is definitely, well, we're just going to call this large. I was going to call it medium, but no, it is definitely a large. We can take a look at it next to the Rat 2 for size comparison. This is a medium. This is a large. But, you know, as I said, and I'll keep saying in my videos, that I have been carrying a little bit larger knives along with maybe my 5th pocket knives on occasion, because that's just what I'm doing now. They are, sometimes the larger ones are just, you know, they're super useful. And depending on what you're doing. This one, by the way, is a great rope cutter. So we have rope at work that sometimes I have to cut some off, and it has been absolutely wonderful. Just slices right through there. I like the swell at the back of the handle here. It just fits really good in hand. Now, because of the super low profile of this pocket clip, can you see that? Really low. There is no hot spot on this for me at all. It just feels absolutely wonderful. Every way, shape, or form, however you want to hold it, it feels really, really good. It is pretty drop sheddy. Like I said, I cannot, because of its size, I cannot get a good grip on it to do the front flip on it. But, you know, the Spidey flick, you don't even have to think about it. It just goes. It is such a smooth knife. I am absolutely loving this. I love Twosun knives, though. I like their knives because I think they do good things with their knives. I love all the tepe designs because I know Sean, and I know how much he cares about his knives and how much he really tries to put in good quality to it and quality control. So if you get something, you know you're going to get something that's going to be a great knife. And he puts a lot of thought into his designs usually too, which is really awesome because, you know, you don't want every single knife that you have to look the same. Now, there's going to be knives out there that are going to look more alike, and that's just going to happen. That's how it's going to be. But that is okay. I love the angle. So the angle of the blade, if you look, you know, you want to put your blade on a low angle. I love the way the handle goes up because that's going to allow for better, like you can get your fingers under here, at least I can because I have a smaller hand, to where your blade is going to go flat. And that is very smart. That's very good thinking because you can't always do that. And sometimes I've seen the Wharncliffe style blades where the handle kind of comes around and curves back, and you cannot get your fingers, well, here, I'll show you now. You can't get your fingers underneath, and then your blade doesn't touch the table. But if I'm using it, I can kind of slide my fingers away a little bit, and you can see that the blade is going flat against the surface, which is just awesome, which makes this one really good in the kitchen also. So, you know, use your knives everywhere. It doesn't have to just be out in the field. Depending on what you do, you may not want to use it in the kitchen. Depends on what you're using your knives for. But, hey, give it a good cleaning. Throw it out in the kitchen. See how it's going to perform. A good Wharncliffe blade with a good handle. I don't know what I want to call it. The way the angle is going to work really, really well for you. Now, this knife is only just over 3.5 ounces, so it is a light knife, but for its size, but it feels just so good in hand. It's so comfortable. As you can see, I could get another couple fingers on here, so this would be really good for a large hand, but in my opinion is also really good for a small hand. If you're choking up, it's going to be excellent for a large hand. I can almost get another hand on there. If I had more fingers, I can get 8 fingers on there. So that tells you either how small my hands are or how big this knife is. But all in all, absolutely wonderful knife. Really loving this one. If you guys haven't checked this one out, please, please do so. It is just fun. Fidget factor, fit and finish, functionality. Absolutely loving it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a look at the Twosun TS262 by Tepe Designs. Go ahead and hit that like button for me on the way out. It does help the channel. If you're not a subscriber already, I would love to have you here all the time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, feel free to leave me a comment down in the comment section. You know I love talking to you. Until next time.